Dan. Get it high, get it high. Perfect. Good. Good.
Like every session, sparring is hard. He keeps strong man. So I think I'm giving him good spar.
He's already beaten Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois is a big, strong guy, immense power. I give him all the credit in the world. And he's overcome many demons.
Lean into him, good work. The last couple of things we've done really, it's like a little circuit, but it also just breaks the boredom because every day it's very repetitive boxing training. Yeah.
History. First time ever a unification of the heavyweight title to take place in this country, and the four belts are on the line.
Understand boxing a little bit more and better now than I did when I first went in and started as professional.
Daniel Dubois has officially kicked off his training camp with a clear mission: to transform himself into a more complete and powerful fighter ahead of a potential showdown with Oleksandr Usyk.
Yeah, I enjoy it a lot. So that's what I do. So it's my full-time occupation, and you know, before I start training, I think maybe a bit apprehensive, but once I'm in it, I don't even think about it.
I'll just do one movement.
Yeah, there you go, nice and straight. Bring it back, upside down, Dan. Straighten up. There you go. Yeah. Light work. Yeah.
Known for his raw power and aggressive style, Dubois is now pushing beyond his previous limits. His team has designed a rigorous training plan focused on endurance, speed, and tactical awareness, all tailored to counter the unique threat posed by Usyk's elusive movement and ring intelligence.
Nice and loose, just shake out, make sure you colour that canvas in. Plenty of movement, Dan. The benefits of using the ropes.
Moreover, Dubois is carefully honing every element of his training schedule to guarantee optimal performance. His day begins with road work in the early morning, which helps him develop mental toughness and endurance. His body is then pushed to its limits through hard strength training sessions at the gym. Compared to past camps, Dubois' training is unrivaled in intensity since he is totally focused on realizing his maximum potential. Conditioning drills are being stretched to the edge, aimed at building a fighter who can not only deliver devastating punches, but also absorb pressure and stay sharp through 12 demanding rounds. His coaches are pushing him to sharpen both body and mind, knowing full well that Usyk brings more than just physical ability to the ring. Furthermore, in the ring, Daniel Dubois is investing countless hours into fine-tuning every aspect of his technique. He is putting a lot of effort into improving his footwork so that he can move more effectively and cut off the ring. He is sharpening his head movement because he knows that avoiding Usyk's blows will be essential to remaining competitive.
Shot. Good. 1, 2. Shot. Nice jab. Shot. Good jab. 3. Shots. Short after. Good. Good shots. When he puts the gloves on, he's a different animal. In here, he's, you know, every day, he's a very nice, polite young man. Never says a bad word about anybody. Come fight night, and he puts them gloves on. As I said before, if it was his nan in the other corner.
What's more, to properly prepare for the unique challenge that Usyk presents, Daniel Dubois' team have carefully selected sparring partners who are well suited to mimic the Ukrainian champion's distinctive style. By mimicking Usyk's unsteady stances, these sparring partners make sure Dubois encounters the kind of erratic movement he will encounter in the ring. Additionally, they imitate Usyk's deft footwork, which forces Dubois to change his timing and placement at any moment.
That's a class jab. Next time you throw your right hand down, keep your lead hand higher. Class. That was good. Good, 1, 2, tight. Down here, stay down there. Come on, buddy. Look. Stay down. Good, better. Push out. Push it out. Good. Good jab.
Each session is designed to simulate the kind of movement and pressure he'll face in the ring. Dubois is improving his ability to precisely timing his counterattack and cut off the ring. In addition to strength, his camp emphasizes a sophisticated strategy based on patience, accuracy, and strategy.
Much better, Dor, much better. Look like a pro now. Really good, really good. It's a lovely jab. That was good movement. You, Dan. Really good. Really good.
Additionally, Daniel Dubois is also demonstrating a degree of resolve that hasn't gone unnoticed as training gets underway and momentum keeps increasing. He shows up early, stays late, and gives every session his whole attention. He puts his all into every drill, and every drop of perspiration shows how hungry he is for success.
Implement their game plan on the night.
I can only explain to the viewers at home what this is like. But one of the things I noticed with Daniel is, yep, so much is made about the power that he has, but he's actually very quick as well for a big man. I think that perhaps we don't get that across in the broadcast enough. Yes, he's a big man who can punch, but he's also very, very quick himself.
Correct, you know, he's got fantastic fundamentals, fantastic feet. He's actually a very quick heavyweight, but like, people haven't given him that credit yet, but it doesn't matter to us. We know what we're working on. Over the years, he's developing. He's an all-rounded fighter, Daniel Dubois.
Facing one of the most skilled heavyweights in the world, Oleksandr Usyk is undeniably a monumental challenge, but Dubois is approaching it with a mindset of total readiness. Every aspect of his training is geared toward overcoming this obstacle, leaving no stone unturned in his preparation. This isn't simply about being ready to compete. Dubois is preparing with the singular goal of dominating.
That's it, more aggression. Last 5. That's it, be aggressive. 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Prominent boxing experts have provided a range of predictions regarding the outcome of the rematch. While many point to Usyk's technical advantage, others think Dubois' strength and development might make the difference. Speaking about the impending rematch, Tony Bellew expressed admiration for Daniel Dubois' conviction and willpower. He understood that Dubois would go into the ring with a strong determination to win and a lot of confidence. Bellew is certain, though, that Usyk's talent and background will ultimately surpass Dubois.
I think he's a super dangerous challenger, and he'll go into it with a lot of belief, but I believe that belief will get shrunk. As the rounds pass, and as the shots start getting landed on him, the questions will be asked of him again. Oleksandr Usyk will be victorious.
Furthermore, in retrospect, Bellew noted that Dubois did not go far enough to confront Usyk in their first bout. He was certain, though, that Dubois had matured since then and gained important knowledge from the incident. Bellew pointed out that Dubois has since refined his technique and gained more power, which might change the outcome of the rematch.
I believe the first fight with him, that he'd had enough. He'd had enough. And he quit. So it is what it is. You can make as much of that or as little of it as you want. I think Daniel Dubois is now coming to a different stage in his career, where he's understanding now of what needs to be done and what's at stake. I think he's shown that he can overcome difficult times in fights now. And I think the victory over Anthony Joshua is going to propel his confidence levels to an all-time high.
Another figure, Fabio Wardley, also shared his thoughts on Usyk and Dubois' eagerly awaited rematch. Since their first fight, he recognized Dubois' apparent improvement in strength, discipline, and technical skill. Nevertheless, Wardley is still optimistic that Usyk will win again. He said that few fighters have been able to solve the complicated jigsaw that is Usyk.
Prediction for the fight? I'm edging towards Usyk for points. It's not to take anything away from Daniel and how he's progressed in his career and how much he's grown as a fighter. But yeah, I just think Usyk is a puzzle that is yet to be solved.
Moreover, Frank Warren, promoter of Daniel Dubois, shared a confident outlook on the upcoming rematch. Even a fighter as good as Usyk has flaws, he said, and it is Dubois' responsibility to find and take advantage of them. Warren thinks Dubois has grown since their first encounter and is now well aware of what it takes to win. Daniel, he underlined, has the strategy and resources to pull off the upset.
Usyk, who I've got great admiration for. He's beaten every British fighter that he's been in with. But I believe that he has weaknesses, and it was nearly exploited in that first fight. I mean, that's the punch I always felt would give him problems. So Daniel knows what he's got to do in this next fight.
In addition, Warren went on to stress the significance of strategy in Dubois' rematch tactic. He suggested that Daniel maintain constant pressure during the fight by staying occupied. Warren claims that Usyk is less productive when he is put on the defensive. He thinks Daniel might win the fight if Dubois can push him back and manage the tempo. Warren believes there is a genuine opportunity for a proactive, forward-thinking Dubois.
Aside from targeting the body and landing that shot to the body, what else does Daniel have to do in the rematch?
He's got to work his jab. Got to be busy. He's got to push him back, keep him on the back foot. You know, he doesn't fight too well going backwards, Usyk. You put him on his back foot and it negates about 70% of what he is.
Daniel Dubois is set to face Oleksandr Usyk in a highly anticipated rematch for the undisputed heavyweight title on July 19th, 2025 at Wembley Stadium in London. This bout marks a significant opportunity for Dubois to avenge his previous loss to Usyk in 2023, where he suffered a 9th round stoppage.
On July 19th, history will be made here at Wembley Stadium. Britain's Daniel Dynamite Dubois, the IBF World Heavyweight Champion, perhaps the biggest puncher in the division today, will take on the Ukrainian genius, the unbeaten unified World Heavyweight Champion, Oleksandr Usyk.
Recently, Daniel Dubois posted a humorous moment in which he reflected on a difficult sparring session and an odd pre-fight custom at Wembley Stadium. Some things are better left unsaid, he said. Laughing off the situation, the heavyweight boxer stressed that some training secrets and shenanigans in the locker room are meant to remain confidential. Despite the strangeness of the custom, Dubois appeared at ease and concentrated before his next fight.
And I've been up there seeing you training in the barn with Don Charles.
Yeah.
What happens in the barn stays in the barn, right?
That's right, that's right. All the bodies that are in the bar, stay in the bar.
Exactly that. And the mad thing about this barn, right, where it is, when you go out in the car park, you can see the arches of Wembley. And in that car park, you can find Daniel Dubois standing there, staring at them arches.
Yeah. Many a times meditating and everything, but yeah.
What's in the head when you're looking at those?
Just more. This is it. This is the big league.
In numerous news conferences and interviews, Dubois and Usyk have sparred and fueled their rivalry. The tension behind their expected confrontation has increased significantly as a result of their hostile interactions.
The acting you did that night, you've heard of the Oscars, right? The Emmys. You should be given an Oscar for the performance. You conned the referee, you conned us, you conned the boxing world. I've always maintained that, and I'll still maintain it.
Oleksandr showed what he's capable to do. I guarantee you, if he would see referees start counting, he would be on his feet. Don't call my man a cheater.
On one hand, Oleksandr Usyk admitted that he believes Daniel Dubois is a talented opponent and praised his abilities. Nonetheless, Usyk asserted with assurance that he is the superior fighter and has faith in his own abilities. His expertise, skill set, and mental readiness were highlighted as his main benefits.
And Daniel, it's a hard fighter. Yeah. Daniel win Horgovic, Miller, and Joshua. It's a great. Now, maybe Daniel better, but me better.
Usyk also made it apparent that even though Dubois is skilled, it won't be enough when they enter the ring. He did not appear to be underestimating his opponent, as seen by his calm but solid confidence. On fight night, the Ukrainian champion is still focused and committed to proving his claims.
Oleksandr, do you still feel you will be too good at Wembley on July the 19th for Dubois?
Yeah.
Why are you so confident?
Listen, I believe that I win. I feel I can win.
However, Daniel Dubois, on the other hand, acknowledged that his first professional loss marked a sea change in his path. He clarified that the loss aided in his mental and physical development and gave him important lessons. Dubois said he has since moved past that difficult time and is hungry and focused again. As he looked to the future, his tone was a combination of resolve and retaliation.
It wasn't just a fight. It was a lot more than just a fight. It was a lot more. But I've rebuilt from it. I was in a dark place and I came out of it, and that's the main thing. I come out of it, and I can't wait for this one. It's going to be a bloodbath. And
besides, Oleksandr Usyk is likewise intensifying his training for the rematch in reaction to Dubois' rigorous preparation. Usyk is working harder than ever to win again because he knows how dangerous Dubois is. He is improving all facets of his game, including strategy and conditioning. Furthermore, the Ukrainian champion is aware that it will take even more concentration to defeat a more focused Dubois. His group has increased the ante, so there is no room for complacency. Usyk is still optimistic that his efforts will be rewarded in the ring. The crucial question still stands as the rematch approaches. Has Daniel Dubois done enough to overcome Oleksandr Usyk and reduce the gap? He has been practicing diligently, and his power and technique have clearly improved. However, Usyk is not your typical opponent. His skill, movement, and experience make him extremely difficult to defeat. Will the Ukrainian champion be overthrown by Dubois' perseverance and hunger? Or will Usyk demonstrate once more that he's just performing at a higher level?